Underwood Extreme Defense Federal Punch Remington Golden Saber. A Bodyguard 2.0 versus Bodyguard 2.0 Carry Comp Velocity Comparison video. We're back out here at the beautiful Banner shooting range for yet another exciting edition of our Bodyguard 2.0 versus Bodyguard 2.0 Carry Comp Velocity Comparison series. In today's video, we have a special guest star, the Ruger LCP Max. As I said in our last video, don't worry if we don't get your favorite ammo today. We'll get to it probably in another video. Let's start out this video with the Underwood Extreme Defense. This is a 68 grain copper monolithic fluted projectile. We happen to have the platinum edition of this round, which we'll get to in the graphic breakdown portion of today. I believe the advertised velocity is something like 1,300 feet per second. Let's start with our Bodyguard 2.0, and what we'll do is Bodyguard 2.0 Carry Comp LCP Max will be the order in today's video. Here we go, Bodyguard top left-hand target. $1,073, $1,161, $1,109, $1,098, $1,114. And now our Carry Comp top middle target. $1,156, $1,116, $1,143, $1,142, $1,102. My gut says we might finally have an ammo where the Bodyguard 2 and the Carry Comp both had similar velocities. Let's see how the LCP Max does. You'll notice about 5 hits on the LCP Max target. Those were donated from a previous video. Try to ignore those if you can. Here we go. $1,069, $1,155, I don't think we had a shot register. Okay, those last two did not register. 1,113, 1,157, 1,157. So for our Bodyguard 2 average velocity, 1,111 feet per second. The Carry Comp went up to 1,132. And the LCP Max, with its 2.8 inch barrel, so slightly longer than the Bodyguard 2, a little shorter than the 3.1 inch barrel of the Carry Comp, 1,130. Our second ammo in today's test is Federal Punch. This has an 85 grain jacketed hollow point projectile. Advertised velocity on the box is 1,000 feet per second. We'll start again with the Bodyguard 2, this time at our left-hand middle target. Helps if I start the Doppler. Here we go. 894, 902, 921, 885, 900. And now the carry comp with the 3.1-inch barrel. $921, $945, $943, $931, $980. Other than the first shot that was a flyer that was me, pretty good groups with the Federal Punch so far. And now let's see if the LCP Max can continue that trend. Here we go, right hand middle target. $888, $890, $883, $891, $910. Finally, some measurements for the punch from the LCP Max. Okay, from our Bodyguard 2, average velocity 900 feet per second. The carry comp 944. LCP Max in sort of a role reversal from our first ammo, average 892. The final ammo in today's video is Remington Golden Saber. This has a 102 grain brass jacketed hollow point. Now, one question I have on this ammo that we're going to answer in our next video, hopefully, is this ammo any different than Remington Ultimate Defense? I'm struggling to find a difference right now. The Ultimate Defense uses the same 102 grain brass jacketed hollow point projectile. And on Remington's website, it has the same ballistics info. I believe it's at 820. I might have the number wrong there. It's been a while. Something like 820 for the average velocity for both ammo with the same ballistics gel or ballistics performance chart. So we'll test the Ultimate Defense next weekend and hopefully see if we can divine a difference between those two ammos other than the price they sell for. Doppler is running. Let's do our Bodyguard 2 at our bottom left-hand target. Here we go. $863, $845, $913, $878, $902. And now let's do the 5 shots from our carry comp bottom middle target. $882, $964, $908, $961, $915, and finally the LCP Max bottom right target. $870, $900, $868, $855, $924. Okay, we didn't lock the slide back on that one. It could have been me. Okay, from our Bodyguard 2 of the Golden Saber, average velocity 880. From the Carry Comp, average velocity 926. And from our LCP Max, 883. The first ammo we tested in today's video is Underwood Xtreme Defender Platinum Edition. This has a 68 grain Xtreme Defender projectile, advertised velocity of 1,300 feet per second for 255 foot-pounds of energy. At least where I live, the majority of stores don't stock this ammo, so you may have to buy it on the inner tubes. When you find it, it's around $29.99 for a 20-round box. Before we dive into the numbers, let's talk about the Platinum Edition. In the past, you've seen us shoot what we'll call the Standard Edition with mixed results as far as reliability goes. The Platinum Edition has a coating on the projectile that's supposed to give it improved corrosion resistance, improved lubricity for enhanced feeding, and reduce barrel wear. So far with this Platinum Edition, we've had much better results as far as reliability goes. We've had 100% reliability feeding, ejecting, shooting this ammo so far. So it looks like the Platinum Edition, at least in our small sample, works better in our firearms compared to what we'll call the Standard Edition. You may be wondering what's different about Xtreme Penetrator versus Xtreme Defense, since at least in 380 you can get them in the same bullet weight. As far as I can tell, the only difference comes down to the size of the flutes on the projectile. You'll also notice here, while the left Xtreme Penetrator has the larger, what we'll call Phillips head tip, it is what we'll call the standard non-Platinum Edition. Our Xtreme Defense on the right is the Platinum Edition of the projectile. While we're shooting Underwood ammo today, the projectiles are made by Lehigh, or Lehigh, however you say the name. In the past, when I've commented on this ammo and called it fluted bullets, someone was like, it's not fluted bullets. I stopped reading because they were wrong. As you can clearly see here from Lehigh's website, they mention flutes in their material. If you want to reload this ammo on your own, you can find 50 round boxes of the bullets for around $38.99 from Lehigh. Now that we got that out of the way, let's move to our numbers. This is the first ammo so far in our comparison series where the velocities between firearms are fairly similar. Out of the 2 3/4 inch barrel of our Bodyguard 2, our average velocity came out to 1,111 feet per second for 186.3 foot-pounds of energy. Out of the 2.8 inch barrel of our LCP Max, that went to 1,130 feet per second for 192.8 foot-pounds. And out of the 3.1 inch barrel of the Bodyguard 2 Carry Comp, it's 1,132 feet per second for 193.4 foot-pounds of energy. Between the LCP Max and the Bodyguard Carry Comp, we could say those are certainly close enough from one round to the next to be functionally the same. Moving to the second ammo in today's video, Federal Punch. This has the 85 grain jacketed hollow point projectile. Advertised velocity on the box is 1,000 feet per second, which gives 188.7 foot-pounds of energy. That's out of a 3 3/4 inch test barrel. You can find this in local stores when it's there for around $19.99 for a 20 round box. Unlike the Underwood ammo with the Federal Punch, we're back to the trend we saw in our previous two videos. With the 2 3/4 inch barrel of our Bodyguard 2, our average velocity was 900 feet per second for 152.8 foot-pounds of energy. Moving to the 2.8 inch barrel of our LCP Max, that velocity was 892 feet per second for 150.1 foot-pounds of energy. Again, close enough to our Bodyguard 2 that we could say functionally the same, though we do see a noticeable increase going to the 3.1 inch barrel of our Carry Comp, where the average velocity was 944 feet per second for 168.2 foot-pounds of energy. The final ammo in today's video is Rem Golden Saber. This has a 102 grain brass jacket hollow point. Advertised velocity is 815 feet per second, which gives 150.4 foot-pounds of energy. We don't know the test barrel length on that. When you find this in stores, it's priced around $29.99 for a 20 round box. Out of the 2 3/4 inch barrel of our Bodyguard 2, the Golden Saber had an average velocity of 880 feet per second for 175.4 foot-pounds of energy, and in a trend that continues, our 2.8 inch barrel of the LCP Max yielded 883 feet per second on average for 176.6 foot-pounds of energy. Again, close enough to the Bodyguard 2 that we're going to call them the same. Though we again see a significant increase to our Bodyguard 2 carry comp, where out of the 3.1 inch barrel, our average velocity went up to 926 feet per second for 194.2 foot-pounds of energy. Looking at all those numbers at the same time, I think the argument can be made that the Underwood Xtreme Defense had a performance similar enough in our 3 firearms that you could call it pretty much the same, which bucked the trend from our previous 2 videos, though the Federal Punch and the Remington Golden Saber didn't want to be left out of that majority, and we saw here with the shorter barrels of our LCP Max and Bodyguard 2 that they had less velocity and energy, what we call significantly less velocity and energy compared to the 3.1 inch barrel of our Bodyguard 2 carry comp. Another interesting takeaway from today's video was that with the Remington Golden Saber, with the advertised velocity of 815 feet per second, from all 3 firearms we achieved velocities significantly greater than what's printed on the box, which I find to be fairly notable. And if you're like me and you're curious, how does the Golden Saber compare to Ultimate Defense, which both use the same projectile, same nickel-plated brass cartridge case? How are they different besides price? Well, we'll try to dive deeper into that comparison after we've tested the Ultimate Defense in the 5th video of this series, so look for that in the coming weeks. Well, anyway, that seems like the perfect spot to end today's video. If you enjoyed today's video, like the video, share it with your friends and family. Those things are free, and they really help the channel greatly. If you didn't enjoy the video, well, like it anyway. No one's going to know that you liked it, and it helps us greatly. Fred and I really appreciate you getting this far. Thanks for watching, and as always, have a good day.
What is this?
Cool. You like the shed plate, huh? Here we go. 2 minutes and a break.
Stealing all your booty first.
Oh.
Look, your mama wouldn't want a shabby corgs running around with a bearskin coat on. Let's get your other side now. Come on, rotate it around here. Rotate it around here. Get the big booty rotated. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Oh, you're cheating. You're cheating. Oh, it's just pitiful, huh?